All week, John has needed something to talk about. You finally have something to talk about.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Sad to say.
I'd rather just have all these clear skies and sunny days, talk about some cool space stuff. It's a lot more fun for me that way, but unfortunately, yeah, we're bringing in a new season this weekend, and it's going to come with a coastal storm that may very well take on some tropical characteristics as it heads up in our direction, and we'll find a good soaking of rain out of that. That's what it's looking like now. But before we get there, more nice weather, including what we have tonight. Let's show you one of our camera views. We'll take you to the Electric City for this one. Beautiful sunset underway here this evening. The sun has dipped below the horizon, but it's kind of refracting off of some of the clouds out there, and it's creating a colorful sunset view. 66 degrees is your temperature, and yeah, we have some cirrus clouds around, but it's at least somewhat clear, and the hope is that it stays clear enough. There's another chance to see one of these Starlink flyovers tonight. It happens at 8:37. This may be a little bit dimmer than what you may have been able to see last night, so do keep that in mind. And of course, any kind of cloud cover would inhibit your view. However, all that said, disclaimers aside, look to the western sky for about 4 minutes around 8:37, and you should be able to see that string of dots all together in our night sky. You can also already see our waxing crescent moon, and much like last night, it has some company, the red supergiant Antares, and that's going to be in the southwestern sky. You can find the moon, and you'll see a dot to the lower right of the moon, a red one, and that would be Antares. Temperatures this evening, comfortable. We're in the 60s for a lot of us. Of course, get down into some, or up into some of the elevations, you're already down to the 50s. Looks like another cool night, but maybe not quite as chilly as what you woke up to this morning. Once again, dealing with valley fog developing overnight. Temperatures mainly in the 40s for us tonight. Some of you woke up in the 30s this morning. Saw up in places like Jackson as well as Montrose and Susquehanna County, down to 38 degrees this morning. Maybe a couple of degrees warmer for tomorrow morning, but still a cool start nonetheless. Tomorrow looks like a fine day. We're going to have more clouds around, no doubt about that. And by late in the day, I think it'll become completely cloudy. So sunshine that we'll find will be earlier in the day, becoming cloudy later on. Temperatures tomorrow similar to what we've been seeing a lot of this week, generally coming up into the lower half of the 70s. For the high school football games tomorrow evening, looks good for that. It'll be cloudy, but rain-free for the games. Temperatures will kick off somewhere in the mid-60s and then trailing off into the 50s by the time the games are wrapping up. Of course, after that, all eyes on what's happening with this coastal system for the weekend. Looks like both days will feature some rain. I would say to you right now that I think Sunday will be wetter than Saturday in terms of just how much rain falls in your rain gauge, but Saturday just looks like one of these really kind of raw days, especially in the Poconos. We'll have this east wind, cloudy sky, kind of raw, that kind of steady misty rain kind of blowing sideways a lot of the day. Further west, maybe some breaks in the action. Poconos probably taking the brunt of that rainy sideways mist, unfortunately. This is the system that's developing. We had some activity over Florida's peninsula yesterday, and now that's moved offshore, and it's kind of strengthening into this, what's known as a potential tropical cyclone, number 16. It's a fancy way of saying it's a storm that's not tropical yet, but is expected to become tropical within the next 48 hours and impact the U.S. mainland. And that's exactly what we're seeing here from the latest National Hurricane Center's cone, which will take it up in our general direction. So here's what you can expect. Cloudy skies for tomorrow night. Could find some showers as early as Sunday morning. And I think it's going to be that steady mist, kind of this easterly wind, kind of a raw day on Saturday. But the heaviest rain comes in for late Saturday night and then kind of through at least Sunday morning and perhaps continuing into the mid to late afternoon. I think that's when we'll see the heaviest rainfall. In terms of amounts, by the time you get to Monday morning, this is a long duration total, kind of a 1, 2, 3 inches generally east and south of our valley cities. Less than that as you pull northwest. So I think any kind of flooding concerns or flash flooding concerns mainly confined from our valley cities and then down through the Poconos. And that, of course, that lines up where we're expecting the heaviest rainfall. That's a look at the next 7 days. So yeah, unfortunately, got something to talk about, and it ain't pretty. It's an unpleasant first fall weekend forecast. Next week, thankfully, looking a lot better, especially once we get beyond Monday. Tuesday through Thursday right now, Scott, looks pretty good. But unfortunately, the weekend brings a lot of us indoors.
And a small little gathering in Bloomsburg kicks off this weekend. I just have to throw that in.
And a certain whiteout game in Happy Valley, too.
Interesting. All right. Thank you, John.